Hello to all my quilty friends. This is Marilyn. Welcome back to KK's Quilt Studio. Hey, if you've been following me for any amount of time, or maybe you're new and just going through some of my YouTube channel videos, you've probably figured out that I am quite the quilting geek. Yes, I do love my quilting and my quilting programs, and I want to get more bang for my buck and push those programs that I have to their limits. I want them to work together, play together, and I'm going to talk about ProStitcher Designer and Electric Quilt today. We're going to show you how you can search through those folders. You've got some quilting stencils available in Electric Quilt, and there's even more quilting stencils that you can purchase, and I'm going to show you that you really have a quilting design jackpot. We're going to talk about taking those stencils and putting them into stitches in ProStitcher Designer, and how do you go about getting there. And I want to thank everybody for all the great emails and questions and suggestions that I've been receiving. If you've got a question about today's video or any of my other videos, or have a suggestion, shoot me off an email at kksews@kksquiltstudio.com. And hey, if you are on Facebook, check out our groups. If you haven't already, be sure to join the ProStitcher Designer Diner, where we talk about all things with learning this new program. And then if you haven't already, be sure to join the Digital Quilting Bee group. And we talk about all things Quilt-Pro 6 and Electric Quilt. So if you happen to have Quilt-Pro 6, I know this video is about Electric Quilt 8, I have also done another video showing you how to do this very same thing in Quilt-Pro. Get those quilting stencils designed and stitch them out on your next quilting project. And I do have a digital quilting geek class, how you can get your quilting geek on if you are just like me. Check it out under my classes tab on my website at kksequiltstudio.com and learn more in detail, if you don't already know, how to do some of these wonderfully fabulous things. So we're going to move right over to Electric Quilt, and I am on the block work table, and I've brought in this design. I've gone through my folders, and if I click on my project sketchbook, you'll see that I've added these stencils to this project, and we're going to work on this one. I thought this looked like a fun design. It's a little bit more involved than one I did for Quilt-Pro, but I'm going to show you how to play around with it. Okay, I brought that onto my workspace, and from here we are under print and export, and I'm going to export. So click on that ribbon, click export, and I'm going to click a meta file. I want a meta file, Windows meta file. Go ahead and click that little disk to save, and I'm going to save it on my desktop. I've already done this. I called it crisscross. So you just go ahead and type in a name and click save, and this one will give me a message, say, do you want to overwrite? Yes, and we're ready to go. Okay, let's move over to Quilt-Pro or ProStitcher Designer. Have to remember all the names of these programs. All right, here we are in ProStitcher Designer. Opened up a fresh page, and we're going to go to the File tab, and we're going to import that artwork that we saved. I'm going to scroll down here. There's my crisscross design, and there's the preview, and we're going to go ahead and open. Okay, there's my design. We're going to, first off, we're going to right click, and we'll go down to utility, and we're going to connect this design together so that it stitches out. And looks like I have an extra line here. Let's go in and play with that. I'm going to use my reshape tool, and whoa, look at that. That's a lot of nodes. That might give me some problems. So let's go back to our shape tool, our select tool, and let's right click this time, and let's go down to the utility and let's select simplify. Okay, let's go back to that shape tool. That looks a lot better. You got rid of a lot of those stitches. So I will go back in here and I am going to select that line, and I'm going to right click and add a point. Okay, so I'm going to bring that up so it becomes an outside portion of my design, and it looks like that is a smooth node, so I'm going to right click and change that to a cusp. Okay, now I can reshape that line. Let's bring it over here and grab those little handlebars. And I told you we're going to work a little bit more on this one because we're going to reshape it. So I'm going to bring that up so it becomes a straight line. Let's go back to that one. I'm going to grab another handlebar here, straighten that line up, bring it up so it makes a 90-degree corner. Okay, bring this side down just a little bit. Okay, so there is my start point. Here is my stop point. I could probably draw another line up here and over so that that closes off that corner, and so I have a full design, but we're going to go with this one. So I'm going to go back to select. This time I'm going to right click, convert to running stitches, and then we'll go to preview, stitch out, and take a look at our design. There it is. Look at that. Take it to your quilt top and stitch it out. I told you it was going to be easy. So now if you own Electric Quilt 8, you can convert those stencils, those quilting stencils that you have loaded to the program, and take them to your quilting machine and stitch them out on your next project. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and remember, I'll put a link down at the bottom for those of you who own Quilt-Pro 6. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Happy quilting!